The art of design has been in existence for over 100 years. Individuals have been working to combine aesthetics and functionality for over a century. And for as long as design has been in existence, there have been women. Women who have worked alongside men, who have fought for their right to work, and who have been ridiculed for pursuing a passion in design. These women suffered and paved the way for female designers in our modern-day society, so that they might be accepted into such an unforgiving field. The art of design has been in existence for over 100 years. It is 2016, and the fight of these women is still not over.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
As of 2011, the National Education Association reported that approximately 54% of practicing graphic designers in the US were female. In an internationally recognized London-based art school, 70% of graphic design students are female. Statistics are showing that females make up over half of the graphic design community. We are seeing that, now more than ever, women are pursuing their passions for design. They are joining the workforce as educated designers, and they are no longer expected to work as office girls or assistants as they were 50 years ago. Those days are gone, but the playing field for female designers is still not equal. With such a large number of females joining the design industry, it is important to recognize that gender inequality in graphic design still runs rampant. According to female designer Victoria Rushton, being a woman in the design world feels like an extra hurdle. It is expected of every designer to make good work for both the clients and themselves. However, on top of this expectation exists the notion that she has to prove she belongs in the design industry. Is it fair that a woman should face added pressures in her workplace and have to deal with the idea that she doesn't belong simply because of her gender? It is undeniable that equality exists in the numbers of men and women working in design. Yet this seems to be the only aspect of their careers that is equal. Equality in numbers does not change the fact that female designers of the past have been and still are left out of history books. This lack of documentation is unfair to both these women and the modern-day design students. In many schools, a majority of their design students are women. Yet these young women sit in classrooms day after day and learn about male designers who made history, while their female counterparts are all but ignored. Lucinda Hitchcock, a professor at the Rhode Island School of Design, has noted that an imbalance of genders exists within their educational community. She questions why design history teaches about male designers 80% more than women designers. This deprives female students of the opportunity to learn about role models who fought to be a part of the design community and succeeded. Seeing their gender equally represented in the design history books would give these young designers a sense of encouragement that cannot be overlooked. Furthermore, this lack of representation hinders the education of design students everywhere by forcing them to learn and memorize a history that is filled with gaps. Graphic designer Antonio Carusone has advocated for his belief that design students should know the whole history of graphic design. He states, "It is important that these women get the recognition because they were and are part of the history that's shaping graphic design." Once these students leave school and fully enter into the design community, the inequality that female designers experience only increases. Now they will feel the effects firsthand. Recent research has shown that there is still a large gender pay gap within the graphic design industry, and this gap increases as designers get older. Men and women will work side by side, proving themselves as designers, yet only one of these gender groups will receive pay raises. Additionally, this pay gap and inequality that is seen out in the design world translates to the world of education. Denise Gonzalez-Crisp, who is the chair of graphic design at NC State, has researched the pay gap for male and female design educators. At almost every institution she has found, women earn an average of $5,000 to $10,000 less than men who hold the same positions. This is a shocking value, especially considering that male graphic design professors make up a majority of design faculty in several schools throughout the world. The young men and women designers who are entering the industry will not be paid the same for completing the same work. The young men will receive public acclamation for their standout work much more often than their female counterparts will. the young men will find it much easier to advance and get promoted than their female counterparts will. These modern-day female students will enter into the world as designers, and they will suffer and fight much like the designers of the past have. Although we have come a long way, and they will no longer be forced to sit behind a desk or ridiculed for pursuing a career in design, we still have a long way to go before equality will exist in the design industry. Women designers are paid less, praised less, and promoted less than male designers, and unless a change is made, it is unlikely that their struggle and the work they create along the way will be properly documented. These women who are left out of design history even today fought for today's generation of women designers to sit at the table. It is up to us to make the most of this opportunity and to continue their fight. In the end, it's about the work that's created. It's about correcting an unequal and imbalanced system. This fight isn't about worshiping women designers, singling them out because they are female, or creating tokens out of a few famous women designers. This fight is about equality. It's about celebrating these women for the brilliant work they create. It's time to come together, make a change, and move forward as equals in the design industry. American graphic designer Paula Scher called for this change in the design industry when she said, "Change doesn't come in one great thump. It comes one by one by one by one." And it looks kind of funny. And then, it doesn't.